We back. We back. We back. You know we are back. Wow. You know, I think about like a lot of the stuff, like different ideologies I have and, you know, the way I look at life. And of course, you know, the way you look at life and things is shaped by many different things, many different people, many different experiences of your own. And me, myself, even going to an HBCU and seeing, you know, just the differences in campus and food and the way of life and different things like that as opposed to, you know, a larger or predominantly, as they call it, predominantly white institution. You see things are drastically different. But, you know, you still don't complain about it. You still just try to go to class, do your thing, and you know, that's that. But I was impressed when I went back to Norfolk State University where I attended and saw how vastly different the campus has become and different things that they're trying to do. You know, I definitely had to have to applaud them on that. But what I want to talk about today is just some people do things and then some other people get things done. Like, for instance, it's nice to do things. Like sometimes I'll give a couple dollars to people, you know, at the gas station or on the street or doing whatever. And then you have other people that get things done. So, talk about McKenzie Scott. She was married to Jeff Bezos, who at one time was the richest man in the world. I think he's the third or fourth, fifth, whatever, something like that. And actually, because of her divorce, she is the 40th richest person in the world at a net worth of around $32.9 billion reported as of this year. But the thing is that with money, whether you've earned it, inherited it, got it, however you got it, you still had to be connected and you still had to do some level of work and have some just maybe level of luck to be at the right place at the right time with the right people. And the right things happen, like it did for Jeff Bezos and her as her being his wife at the time. But the thing that, for me, is the greatest thing is when you find people like a McKenzie Scott who says, hey, listen, you know, I got more money than God. Excuse my, you know, I'm not being blasphemous. And I'm going to use that money to help other people, even though they don't look like me. Even though they look the furthest in skin color and hair texture and just different things than me. She can just go on and just live a good life. I know by trade, I think she's a teacher or an educator, so they do think differently. But still, she's the 40th richest woman in the world. So she doesn't have to do any of this stuff. I was reading, I think she just donated like $17 million to a community college in Oklahoma. And what I started to think about is that, wow, there's a lot of, and once again, this isn't to put down black people or anybody else or anything like that, but because I wouldn't call her a celebrity, but she's of that ilk because of the kind of money and people that she's able to rub hands with and all that other kind of stuff. And it just always troubles me. And I hate to say it because I'm trying to put her in a positive light. That where are all of the donations from other great, successful black people to HBCUs? Because I'm really just targeting the fact that she made a $700 million donation or $700 million donations all this year, not combined, this year. Even if she did it combined, that would be amazing. So almost $1 billion. And the thing is that, and once again, me included, because, you know, I need to do some more donations to people and places and schools and things like that. But what is the disconnect? And like I said, I know people don't have $32 billion or worth $32 billion to be able to give away that kind of money. But if you're in a position, you can't give away 70 million, 700 million. Can you give them 70 million? If you can't give them 70 million, can you give them 7 million? If you can't give them 7 million, can you give them $700,000? If you don't have that, can you do 70,770? You get what I'm saying. But when you get to those levels and incomes of people that have this type of money, that can afford to make a 500, 600, 700,000 donation, because I'm talking specifically about HBCUs, why is it always somebody else who has to donate to the HBCUs? And once again, I'm not saying that black people don't do it. I'm not saying alumni don't do it. I'm just saying these types of gifts, these types of things. And I know people say, well, because a lot of times, a lot of the white people, they're the ones that got the money and all that other kind of stuff. Well, not from what you would hear. You would think black people will have a bunch of money. And once again, we're focusing on those 1% of people, those top tier people. But I just want to know why. And what do you think? Why do you think it is? Why does it always have to be a thing where somebody has to come and save a situation many times on a larger level? Because we all sustain our own selves. The black community finds a way. I'm not saying that. But why does it always take somebody else to come with these crazy gifts to, in my estimation, sometimes highlight what we need to be doing? But, I just wanted to point that out, made this little short video because and also to thank her and to say, when you do stuff like that, the best thing anybody can say is job well done. Doesn't matter to me if it's a tax write-off. It doesn't matter to me, whatever it is. It's still her money that she's choosing to give, once again, to people who look nothing like her. And when I was reading, it said that I guess she had some connection with the writer Toni Morrison. I don't know if that has, I guess it has something to do with inspiring her to do these types of things. But, other black people out there, get inspired to do these types of things for your groups and programs and things like that. We need to be more inspired. Especially the richer of us. Even us, we can do it on a smaller level. Donating better to our churches, donating better to our schools we went to, things like that. But it just amazed me because I was looking and I said, okay, well, maybe she's donated $700 million over the last 20, 30 years. No. She's donated $700 million this year to HBCUs. All I'm saying is that to be taken seriously, you have to do serious things. You have to make serious sacrifices. You have to put your money where your mouth is. Because it's always good to be fly and wear $85,000 Timbs, which most of us aren't. I get it. But why you never hear this from anybody else? I know Puffy made a donation, I think to Howard or somebody of $1 million a couple years ago before he got arrested. But we need more. We all need to pitch in. We all need to do more. Because then the first thing would be, oh, well, the white person this or the black or that person this and that person that. And people that look like me and you aren't even donating to the HBCUs. But you tell me what you think, especially if you went to one. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Hey, listen, shout out to y'all. Shout out to my man Detroit from Philly. Shout out to the couple new people who subscribe. I appreciate y'all. And we will be back. We will be back. We will be back. But until we get back, live life. Don't let life live you.